Hello, this is the video for lesson number 10, solving two-step equations using properties of equality and combining like terms. Please make sure you have the worksheet that goes along with this video with you in order to complete this assignment. Just a reminder, to get an extra copy of the worksheet, you will pull up my e-board. You can go to the calendar tab. Tonight is Tuesday, September 29th. So if you click on this, you can find an extra copy down below for lesson 10, the video worksheet. Also, from now on, at the top of every worksheet that requires you to watch a video, you will see the icon in the top right corner that tells you that this is a homework video lesson and you must watch the video to complete the assignment. So here we go. Our objective for this lesson. You will be able to continue solving equations by using the properties of equality, just like we did in class today. First, you will look to see if you can combine any like terms that are on the same side. So this is our goal for tonight's video. Okay, so the directions are to solve each of the following equations using properties of equality. And I'd like you to take a moment to look at the equations and think. Do these equations look different from the ones we saw in class today? And if so, why are they different? So remember in class, I asked you to always box the variable that we need to solve for. Okay? These ones are different because the variable appears twice. So, what we're going to do when we see examples like this, because those two x's are on the same side of the equal sign, we can combine them. They are like terms, they are the same variable, and they have the same exponent. Remember, there's really an invisible 1. So an x plus an x is going to become 2x. I will bring down the plus 2 and everything else that I haven't used. Okay, this looks similar to the ones that we did today. So I'm going to get rid of this plus 2 first. It is the least connected to the x, and I will subtract it from both sides. Lastly, I need to eliminate this 2 here, so I'm going to divide by 2 because it's connected to the x through multiplication. So the opposite is division. I cross these out because 2 divided by 2 would leave me with 1x. Hopefully, you've seen by now that we don't need to put that 1 there. We can just put the x. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other, and we get x equals 10. You do not need to check these tonight for homework. We are just solving. Number 2. I'm going to box my variable, and I see again that it appears twice. If they appear twice, and they are both on the same side of the equal sign, we are going to combine them. So I want you to think about, what is a negative 1y combined or added with another negative 1? So that's really like doing negative 1 plus negative 1, and then we keep the like term. So those become negative 2y, and I will bring down the 7 over here. My equal sign, and my negative 1. Let's continue using the steps that we used in class today. The 7 here is least connected to the y, or it's furthest away. I will subtract it, so that way it gets eliminated. 7 minus 7 is 0. I must do it to both sides, and bring down all of my terms and rewrite my new equation. Be careful here. Make sure you bring down this negative sign, since it is connected to the negative 2y. Negative 1 minus 7, or you can think of this as negative 1 plus negative 7 is a negative 8. Now I must get rid of this negative 2. Since it's connected to the y through multiplication, I will divide by negative 2. And y is equal to 4, and we are done. So From now on, we are always going to look to see if we can combine like terms before we solve any equation. So in your notes, we have, before isolating the variable, always check if you can combine like terms first. You can only combine like terms when they are on the same side. So I'm going to do 2 more examples with you, and then 5 or 6 are on the back of the worksheet, and you can go on your own. So number 3. My variable here is the letter n. I have 1 here and positive 6n over here. They are on the same side of the equal sign. I combine them. A 1n plus a 6n is 7n. Bring down my minus 9 equals 30. Now we have a 2-step equation. I'm going to move my constant over to the other side first. It is least connected to the n. And I'm left with 7n equals 39. I will now get rid of the 7, so we must divide. And n is equal to, now you might be wondering here what we'll write, because 7 does not go into 39 nicely. However, let's see if we can simplify this. So 39 divided by 7, there's no number that can go into 39 and 7, so I'm actually just going to keep my answer just like that. Please don't be afraid to leave your answer as a fraction. That will happen many, many times. There you go. The next one, number 4. Looking for like terms. So I see a negative x, or a negative 1x, and a positive 2x. That is going to combine to a positive 1x, or I can just write x. Now notice, I also have 7 and positive 2 on this side. Since they are on the same side of the equal sign, and they're both constants, or numbers, I can combine those as well, and I get positive 9. So 9 plus x from before, it was a positive 1x, equals 4. I'm going to isolate that x and subtract 9. And in the end, x equals negative 5. So from now on, always be on the lookout for combining like terms. You might be able to combine your terms that have variables, and you may even be able to combine your constants sometimes. So always look for that first, and then solve using your properties of equality that we used in class today. So the last 2 are for you to try, number 5 and number 6. I recommend you pause this video, complete them both first, and then you can check out the work. So if you pause this video and then play it in a couple more seconds, you will see the final answers pop up. So don't do that until you've completed it on your own. So here are the answers for 5 and 6 after you have completed them. Please notice for number 5, do not be afraid you end up with a fraction. I saw here with negative 40 over negative 14 that it could be simplified. Both of these numbers are divisible by 2, and a negative divided by a negative becomes a positive. So that's why I've chosen to leave my answer as D equals 20 over 7. Number 6, my final answer is A is equal to 19. Please remember that a variable is not by itself if it still has negative 1 as its coefficient. Remember that we really want the coefficient to be a positive 1. So for my last step, I divided both sides by negative 1, and A is equal to 19. Thank you so much for watching. Please bring in this worksheet completed to class tomorrow.